Yeah, right. Yeah, Canadians, you guys should be
It's
there.
a hockey rink and there's beer. I'm sure they'll all be there.
They will be there then because they sure have beer, and it is in a hockey rink.
Mixed martial arts not much different from hockey the way it used to be played.
Pontiac, Michigan, are you ready for your next matchup? Let me hear you say hell yeah! Here we go, introducing your fighters. Coming to the cage, fighting out of the blue corner. Please welcome Mark Lewis Jr.
So we have the big boys coming up, the heavyweights coming out for us to entertain us.
It's always exciting because the fight could end so quick. When you're looking at a 4-ounce glove on a fighter with that much explosiveness in him, and that fight could be over at any time.
Well, heavyweight, I tell you that much.
If I was his coach, I would definitely encourage him to make it down to 205 or 55.
He needs to get some road work in, that's for sure.
But then again, you're looking at a guy who's doing his debut, right?
Yep.
So debut fighter, they're trying to kind of figure out what he's got at this point, and the matchup is not that far off. We're talking 19 pounds, and for those heavy guys, you see a lot more than that normally.
And making his way to the cage, fighting out of the red corner, please welcome Donald Whitfield.
So Donald from Pontiac, so expecting a crowd favorite here.
Didn't hear the crowd going crazy, so maybe he didn't tell anybody.
Maybe he just told them, well, it's only going to last a couple seconds, so maybe that was his idea.
They're both 0-0, so hopefully we get a little bit more out of them, because as a coach, you want tape on your fighters, you know what to work on.
I'm feeling a little wildness coming on for this fight.
Yeah. Two guys, neither one of them in fight shorts. This is going to be entertaining.
We're not seeing the six-pack that we've been seeing earlier tonight either.
Well, I think we're going to see a lot of arm punches.
Yeah.
Haymakers?
Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest is being brought to you by the U.S. Truck Driver Training Schools. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, wearing black trunks trimmed in gold, standing 6 feet tall and weighing in at 215 pounds. He's a boxing and wrestling specialist, coming to the cage for his debut tonight. Representing Wyandotte, Michigan, ladies and gentlemen, here is Mark Lewis Jr. And his opponent across the cage, fighting out of the red corner, wearing black trunks trimmed in white and silver, standing 5 feet 11 inches tall and weighing in at 234 pounds. He's a freestyle mixed martial artist, also making his debut in the cage tonight. Representing Pontiac, Michigan, ladies and gentlemen, here is Donald the Destroyer Whitfield.
Carrie, you're going to get a timeout.
I know, I need a timeout. This is going to be entertaining nonetheless.
Yes, it will. As a boxing coach, it's got to have to be
So it comes
frustrating
out
to see. Yeah, frustrating to see the lack of boxing in amateur MMA.
This is a little tough. You know, for Mark, when someone comes out as a southpaw, when you have limited boxing experience.
Oh, absolutely.
Well, and oddly enough, we have one of the proper defenses for a standing guillotine attempt is a high crotch.
Yep.
Let's see if it's by accident or can he finish it? Whoa! Big over the top.
Yeah, it was not by accident. I just don't know if he did it to defend.
But we're having a wardrobe malfunction. That's the only problem here today.
All kidding aside, that was a great counter to a guillotine.
Yeah. This is why they got to check the drawstrings on these shorts before they step in the cage, so that we don't have to get on crack out here.
Well, I went to a cage fight and a sumo match broke out, you know?
Right.
Yeah. See,
they're both battling, though. They both want this.
Oh, definitely.
I got to tell you, that was a highlight film, high crotch counter. I love that.
Oh, wow. Sat back and put himself in a bad position almost, and somehow reversed it again. Not really punching, more pushing the face.
He's trying to create some space so he can get some of those punches off.
Yeah.
Well, when they do land, there's not much behind him.
Not yet. Yeah, he's not really separated. And even though he's trying to separate, he's not posturing up and getting getting his body upright. Yeah, and that's a good call.
Well, oddly enough, I think conditioning is about to become an issue for both of these guys.
Yeah.
Nobody saw it coming, but you heard it here first.
I think Mark better try and stick to see if he can get some long shots in there. So you got to use some more feints, but real feints that are believable, and not that type of punch. So then that's the range. Mark turns up and switches up southpaw because he seems more comfortable with that position.
Yeah.
Oh, a big overhand right from Don Whitfield.
We're back in the same position again. This guillotine looks deeper though. This time he's trying to swim in and get underneath, but I don't know if he can.
Well, no attempt this time for a high crotch counter.
Yeah, and breathing heavy and getting this could be trouble.
Oh, come out and throw a left hook. That's what you want to do. Escape and throw some bombs if you can.
Well, Mark Lewis needs to keep that mouthpiece in his mouth, or he's going to need a trip to his dentist in addition to other things.
Right.
Yeah, I got to say, I'm a big fan of the custom guards, where it's molded right to your teeth and it doesn't go out no matter what you do.
Those punches are hard to defend against because his hands are around his waist and he starts throwing bombs. You just don't know where they're coming from.
10 seconds. A nice mouse forming under the left eye.
Oh, a clean overhand right.
Yeah. He's starting to measure the distance now, getting a little bit of confidence in striking.
And it's starting to show on the face of Mark Lewis. Yeah. A little bit of a mouse and a cut forming there.
Yeah, you missed the last one there, though, when Charlie absolutely bombed him in the face with an overhand. Yeah. And that could have stole the round.
And it actually was pretty clean. I mean, it landed clean, but he turned his body into it, too. And regardless of the shape, you don't want to be hit by something over 200 pounds.
Yeah.
But pretty impressive for both of them.
Yeah. Well, they're both in the second round. The adrenaline dump has already happened. At this point, you're going to find out what they got inside. And if they got a heart, that's what they're going to be fighting with these next two rounds.
Well, Don Whitfield definitely having a rough way to go.
Yeah.
Doubled over, breathing heavy half the time.
And that's the danger, right? Coming out with your hands down because you're tired, you can get clipped easy.
All right, referee Darren Cruikshank's ordering the seconds out.
They're saying that was not enough time. I need more breath.
Well, the corner's doing a great job milking this timeout with a little bit of water on the ground.
And a cooler with it.
Yeah. Referee and assistant Dan Langby making sure that he's not overly greased up and that he's cleaned up in the face.
Well, as bad as that mouse looks underneath his left eye, it's not an issue as far as continuing a fight goes, because even if it opens up, it's not going to cause any grief.
Nope.
This is the battle of the cardio right now.
Yeah. We'll see how much longer Don can go, because he's definitely looking like the more tired fighter.
Well, he was
a little trash talking in there.
Yeah, openly taunting Mark Lewis. And when you do that, you're going to win.
See, if either of them could throw a straight right down the pipe, they would clip them, but I think they're both going for the haymakers.
Well, and the problem is, too, they don't really set it up with a proper jab, which means that those haymakers are a lot easier to get out of the way of.
I like how they switch back and forth from southpaw.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, it's
and
a little bit of blood now.
Yeah, somebody bleeding good for that.
And Mark knows he's bleeding. He's just at the point, he looked a little defeated.
Out of his nose and into his open mouth.
And he's got a double mouth guard with a breathing hole in there. He's got his mouth.
Mouthpiece
out. Both mouthpieces are out. A war of mouthpieces on the ground as the fight's continuing.
And this,
wow!
That was never even
in watching this, you would not think Mark would pull that fight out, but he did.
As he tried to roll that guillotine through, he actually wound up finishing in a neck crank. Yeah. And you get a tap in a real quick hurry from a neck crank like that. It was all by accident.
Yeah, sure was.
But it was, just gravity and fate worked out for Mark Lewis.
Definitely couldn't tell by looking at them who came out the victor.
Yeah. All right, I'm going to head back again. We got one more guy on the card here before we get going, so enjoy the next fight, guys.
All right, have fun. Well, that'll be up to you. We better enjoy it. Wow, that was an exciting fight. You know, it goes back and forth. You never know.
Ladies and gentlemen, we've got blood! The end of this contest comes at 1 minute and 6 seconds of the second round for your winner by tap out due to guillotine choke, Mark Louis Lewis Jr.
I have to tell you, Mark says that his training, his gym is my house. So, I'm not sure what to think about that. He may need to seek out a gym, the help of the gym.
It was a little evident that that's where he gets his training at.
Definitely. Maybe he's got some big brothers he has some battles with. You know, Donald didn't seem too disappointed with that loss. I think he was happy that he just made Mark bleed.
Yeah, I think when he sees the film, he's going to wish he had pulled his shorts up a bit sooner, though.
I think we all wish he pulled his shorts up a bit sooner, Steve.
I kept avoiding the monitor just in case, you know.
I think that's where the basketball shorts, you know, don't really work too well in this sport.
You see a lot